So occasionally folks come to the channel and they ask me to look into things. And some months ago, someone asked me to look into this. So I have been, and I think I may have found something. Now, an entire plane this size full of people doesn't just disappear. It doesn't just fall off the face of the earth. State-of-the-art electronics and tracking systems. The idea that we couldn't find this in a reasonable amount of time is about as ridiculous as it gets. There has been talk of this QRS-11 uninterruptible autopilot that could possibly be responsible. Folks with nefarious plans could have taken control of this, cut out the communications, and put this plane wherever they wanted it. Now, real quick, this is what the plane looks like in profile. So as you can see, it has swept wings. It's a twin engine. You can see the angles of the rear here match literally almost the front. It's a very unique look for a plane. It doesn't have four engines, and its layout isn't something that would be hard to miss if you saw it on the ground somewhere. Now, there are a lot of these around, but when it comes to things like this, real quick, this is a 777-200ER. You can find this for yourself here on Wiki. Nothing really crazy about this plane. And of course, go to Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, the story, and they do confirm that it is a Boeing 777-200ER. Anyway, when it comes to things nefarious happening in the world, you can just about trace them all to China, because they have some pretty crazy technology. Now, what you're looking at here is a place way, 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 way out in the remote hills of northwestern China, where, strangely enough, lying on the side of a hill is a Boeing 777-200ER. And the reason I showed the picture before is so that you can see that this is exactly that aircraft. Now, I know there's a lot of crazy stuff on Google Earth, but this one, and I will zoom out real quick for you guys to show you how far out in the middle of nowhere this is. And it's, if the plane were at altitude, if you're saying that this is just a satellite picture of a plane at altitude, it would be on a bearing of about 15 degrees. And I would just be wondering, where in the hell would it be going? There's nothing out here. I mean, Mongolia, but you get up here, there ain't no airports. This is the direction it would be heading if that were truly the case. So, just thought I would share that. It's Friday, I have quite a bit going on today, so I'm not going to make this a real long video, but just wanted to, and like I said, I'm as fallible as anyone else. There could be a reasonable explanation for this, but I very much doubt that this is not that. Because there are thousands and thousands and thousands of planes at altitude. If this were a problem for Google to look through and discern, you would see these all over the place every day, but you don't. And strangely enough, you know, it's that exact plane out in the middle of nowhere. And like I said, if it were at altitude, why would it show up in 3D at ground level? You would just see a blur. And I know you see this shadow here up on the ground, but it's more than likely the Chinese are hiding something. And in the case of trying to test out a technology, they could probably care less about what actually happened to the plane or the passengers. And as you can see here, it looks like there might be some type of a road or river or track here, where they could have easily gotten access to parts and, of course, put them on a boat out in the middle of the Indian Ocean with a few transponders to explain the parts that have been found so that nobody bothers to look. So anyway, if you want the coordinates for this, it is 31 degrees, 54.43 north by 104 degrees, 24.17 east. And that's where I found it. Now, information being key in the future, we are seeing a lot more folks come to the Florida Maquis Patreon channel and participate in the training. If you would like to become a part of this, we would love to have you. One of the nice things about this I haven't mentioned is that here we can take the gloves off. On YouTube, I have a revenue sharing agreement, and I also have an agreement to abide by certain community standards. What a lot of people don't know, and I haven't shared, but I'm going to share with you today, is this. Last spring, I revealed a date, the 14th of April. I revealed it in late March and said something was going to occur on that day. And that was the day we launched on Syria. Now, how I came across that information is something I'm going to keep to myself. But the only live I have ever done on YouTube was a live video of the press conference that was announcing it. That night, YouTube banned permanently my ability to use live. Now, I don't normally use it. It's not a normal part of how I do videos. I record them ahead of time and make sure that everything that is said is what I want to say in the way that I want to say it. Try to keep them under 10 minutes. But if you think that I have not been the victim of YouTube censorship, think again. I just don't share it and whine about it. And it is their private platform. They can do whatever they want, and I don't take them for granted. But here at Patreon, we are not slaved to that. We can take the gloves off and we can talk about things that we want to. Now, strangely enough, the videos themselves are not uploaded directly to Patreon. They are uploaded to YouTube. They are left in an unlisted and unmonetized status, and then the links are shared here. And depending on the video that we're doing, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, or 50. And we even have videos for $1. You know, not very many, but we do. In fact, the most recent one I did was for $1. So that having been said, if you don't want to sit through a whole bunch of ads, if you want to know that the information you're getting has no filters, no censors, and is straight up, come here to the Patreon channel and take part. We have 36 patrons that have, and believe me, I think every single one of them would give my channel a thumbs up. It is something where we have a schedule. It's not just random willy-nilly whenever I get around to it, talking about what the hell ever. We have Secret Saturdays for the $5 level. We have the Sunday Roundtable for the $20 level. We have McKee Masters Monday for $50. We have Top Secret Tuesdays for $10 and Need to Know Wednesdays for $15. And that's a month. And so whatever level you're at, you get access to all the levels below it. For example, for somebody at the $15 level, they get access to the $10 Top Secret Tuesdays and the $5 Saturdays. So every week, that would be a grand total of 12 videos a month on top of the bonus videos. The folks at the $20 level, of course, get 16 videos a month guaranteed, plus the bonus videos. And that's what we do. And we do training, actual training, that talks about psychological warfare, the techniques the media uses, things that you probably didn't know about me, or about people that you see on the news every day. I think it would surprise you about what you might not know about those that are sharing your news. I'll give you a hint. The people that are on the news are not journalists at all. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you here, that the Florida Maquis is not immune from the censorship paradigm at YouTube. But once again, MH370 Boeing 777-200ER found in Google Earth in China, setting on the side of a hill out in the middle of nowhere, and unless you knew where to look and how to look, you wouldn't be able to find it. And we will just let their video run out with this picture and let you make your own judgments. Like, share, subscribe.